do for a long time.
Someone talking? Just kidding.
I thought of a passion I could do for a long time, and nothing really came to me. It all seemed like kind of a joke. So I thought of a way to make it something about me that was personal and still have it be a joke, because that's where my mind kind of went. So I'm doing my passion on bad jokes. A lot of you kind of know about my tendency to make puns and just make you think of how annoying I am most of the time. But it's really who I am, and it's what I do on a daily basis and how my mind works. As a kid in middle school, the jump from elementary school to middle school was rough for me. I became a very quiet person. I was always kind of introverted from the beginning. And the definition of an introvert is a shy, reticent person, like very closed. They keep to themselves. They'd rather be at their own home than at a party. And I just didn't feel like myself in uncomfortable situations, which is not what I wanted in the future, obviously, because I want to be comfortable and I want to have the experiences that I would have. So bad jokes were really, for me, a way to express myself without fear of denial, because I already knew I was going to get denial. It was just in a controlled situation. And then I came into Trek, and I just want to thank Dan for showing me that uncomfortable situations are okay. And Dan kind of showed me that a lot of the time uncomfortable situations can make the best experiences and can kind of open yourself to people in a way that you couldn't before. I feel like I've made a much bigger connection with Dan this year than last year, because I opened myself and I really understood where he was coming from, and kind of attaching himself to the students by showing them his kind of weak side. And then when I was writing this, I realized that my jokes were like exactly connected to when I was in a uncomfortable time in my life or an uncomfortable situation, and I hadn't realized that before. So I kind of looked at the patterns, and all throughout middle school, I was super uncomfortable with who I was. I wasn't really confident in who I was. So as I was writing this, I didn't really write, it's mostly bullet points, but I realized that being confident and bad jokes had a huge correlation in my life. And Trek and Dan helped me to figure out what kind of personality I wanted to have, and that whatever personality I had, it was better to be confident in who you are. And it ended up helping me in sports, in life. Obviously, the more confident you are, the happier you're going to be. So I became a happier person and really embraced who I was. And I really think the confidence that I gained from bad jokes will be with me for the rest of my life. Thank you.